Well, this is definitely a very overdue project. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that it's been, what, a year and a half since we built this outdoor kitchen, and the entire time, the water supply has been coming from a garden hose. Not the best source to drink water from. But our channel sponsor, Waterdrop, just sent us a new under-sink water filter, so I no longer have anything to worry about. So I've just installed the Waterdrop TSU, which is a 3-stage tankless water filtration system that features no wastewater and no electricity required. The filter features a 0.01 micron filtration membrane that filters out heavy metals, fluoride, chlorine, making your water safer to drink and taste better. This is a great alternative to RO filtration systems, as it does not reduce the total dissolved solids, it does not eliminate the essential minerals that your body needs, but it of course also purifies the water, making it safer to drink and taste great. This filter is also more environmentally friendly as it has no wastewater at all and it doesn't need a power source. The filter features a 3-stage filtration system, and the filters themselves last up to 24 months and are very easy to change. What I love about all of Waterdrop's products is just how easy they are to install. Plumbing can be a little bit intimidating at times, but all of their products are extremely DIY friendly. So if it sounds like this under-sink water filtration system might be for you, then check out our link in the description below or go ahead and scan this QR code. And thanks so much to Waterdrop for sponsoring today's video. All the jobs we've done so far, this ranks pretty low in how fun it is to do. Well, that was a day. We managed to get a little bit more than halfway through. We'll finish up tomorrow, but we're exhausted. All the up and down stairs and then kind of hunching your back as you're carrying the concrete back in there. Well, it's not the most fun job to do. It is probably one of the most important jobs to do with this house, and I'm very thrilled to be getting through it and to be finishing tomorrow. But first, let me show you how it's looking here. We are a little past the halfway point. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks quite nice. I know it's the back of the house and we really won't come back here much, but there's no reason why you can't do a good job and make it look nice. We're going for what I would call kind of a storybook render, to where there's a lot of curves and texture, which I'm realizing now you cannot see on camera, but that's okay. But all of the water will collect, run down, and then eventually run into a pipe and out away from the house. Well, the rain came in one day earlier than expected, which means we can't get more sand up here. It's not safe to drive up here with that heavy of a load. And it's gonna rain solid for the next 5 days. So our system is half done. It'll be interesting to see how well things hold up half done. And then we will check back in next week after we finish up and see how it performed. But while we wait for the rain to stop so we can get supplies, there's a lot of other work to do. Unfortunately though, all of the rest of the work that I need to do right now is jackhammering. I've got about 2 or 3 days of jackhammering, which I will not be subjecting you to, but I'll tell you briefly what's going on. This wall here is the back wall to our kitchen, and what you can't tell on camera very much, it slopes out dramatically. So either you plan to have your cabinets and your walls start this far away from the wall, or we have to jackhammer out all of this stone so that you can have a straight wall, which is what I will be doing for the next 2 days. Well, it's actually been about 5 days since I last picked up the camera, or since we last worked on this project. That's because it's been non-stop rain. We missed the window of opportunity to finish up before the rain came. But it was a good opportunity to see where the system worked and where it failed, and to make some adjustments. I'll explain all of that later, but we just gotta finish this out, which I'm sure you're tired of watching, so we're just going to time lapse through, and then I'll explain how the system is going to work. Alright, so before we cover all this up, I just wanted to explain what we have going on here. This longer orange pipe is connecting to our French drain, and then this shorter one will remain exposed, and we will kind of make a channel out of concrete to have all of the water flowing into there, which will go down, curve down, and go through this hole. Then we have lots of other pipes for the heat pump and various different utilities that are going to be back here later on. Okay. Molto bene. So while there's some nitpicking details to finish up here, we are more or less done. You can see we've cut back the plastic a little bit on the edge and then sloped up the concrete to capture any water. I'll be going back and putting an elastic membrane over this to help with any expansion and contraction and to make sure that all of the water that comes down from the stone wall gets captured. I've already given it a test and it works out quite nice. But let me go ahead and show you how it works. All right, so for now, ignore this plastic here. That's part of the small details, but check out how the water flows. And then we've also built up this ledge, just a flat area for our heat pump to sit on, as well as a few other utilities. Once this dries, we'll remove the form. So that's for another day. But for now, quite pleased with this. So now that we've created one hole for the range hood, which will be completely covered up in a beautiful range hood, we need to make another hole for an HRV unit. If you're not familiar, these things are fantastic and should be installed in every single house, especially European houses that struggle with humidity. But basically we'll have this small fan in the top corner of the back kitchen wall that will pass through this tube. Now inside the tube has filters as well as a ceramic core. And then what happens is this fan will suck in air for 70 seconds and then blow out air for 70 seconds. And it allows you to change the air in your house. Actually, if I did my math correctly, the entire air in the house will change once every hour and a half, I think, if everything works out properly. So it's basically like leaving a window open all the time, except this unit retains the heat. So let's say in the winter when we actually have the most amount of humidity in the air, this ceramic core, as it sucks air out of the house, it heats up the ceramic core, and then when it reverses and it takes air from the outside and pulls it back in, the ceramic core has been heated up and therefore takes the cold air from the outside and brings it back up close to room temperature. This unit is rated for a 93% efficiency rating, so you lose almost no heat, but you're constantly swapping out the air, which for our house here where we will struggle with humidity, this is, I would say, the most important thing to install in the house. We're actually going to install 3 of them. Okay. Those are stuck. So a bit of a unique project. I just punched 2 holes into the fireplace, one low and one high. From the living room through the fireplace, you'll never be able to see those holes. One will be covered up by the fireplace itself. Another is simply too high up in the chimney stack to be able to see. And then on this side, you'll have a nice round bronze antique metal grate. It basically allows air to move through the rooms, and especially in the winter when you have a fire going, that fire will directly suck all of the cold air out of this room through the lower vent and then capture all of the heat coming out of the fireplace through the upper vent and kind of create this circular motion of air, thereby heating this room quite well as well. It would also heat this room just because this is the back of the fireplace wall, but with the forced air moving through, it will heat it a lot more efficiently.